Today we need to talk because something regarding this YouTube channel just came to light that I want to share with all of you, the community, because it's often a topic of conversation surrounding Diablo Immortal. So we're going to kick back and have a little discussion this morning regarding this topic. So I noticed in the comments, specifically being that I'm a pretty positive person about Diablo Immortal, even with a lot of its downfalls, with an update that I just gave a review to yesterday that I was a little bit negative on, I try to look at things in a positive light in life in general. And that happens and that comes across here on this channel as well. I think Diablo Immortal is a great game. It's the game, or one of the two games, that I play every single day and actually enjoy playing for the community, for the gameplay, and for all elements. Is it perfect? By no means is it perfect, but it's something that I do enjoy. But the reason I want to talk today is because I was approached, and I'm going to be a little bit, I'm not going to share specific numbers, and I'm not going to share specific names, but I am going to share some context so you can have an understanding. I was approached by another game out of genre, so not an action RPG, and they wanted to have me cover their game solely on this channel, to stop playing Diablo Immortal, or at least very much tone it down, and primarily cover their game on this channel right here. Now, to do this sponsorship opportunity, I was being offered a pretty penny, a good amount of money, more money, probably 2 times more money than I make from this channel from the advertisements that are on it that come from Google. I had to seriously think about this opportunity because the money that was being offered was something that would be very, I don't want to say it would be life-changing, but it would very much add security to me inside of my life, to, my home, my family, and all of those things. So, what am I deciding to do? Am I going to take this opportunity, or am I going to continue to cover Diablo Immortal being unpaid besides Google ads, because I like this game? So there's a lot of things to think about right here, right? I know that being paid by Blizzard, having a sponsorship opportunity with them, is not a thing. It's not what they do, at least not for Diablo Immortal creators, at least not that I've seen. It's just not an option. They provide us wealth in other ways. We get information a little bit early being a Diablo partner. Sometimes there's opportunities to travel, whether it's to Gamescom, or it used to be to BlizzCon or to California to try out their games. So they're, and not to mention the relationships I've built with people over at Blizzard on the Diablo Immortal team. It's really been great, and there's definitely a lot of wealth inside of all of that. But at the end of the day, that wealth, those trips that are a lot of fun and really a great time, they don't pay the bills. That's just the fact of it. They just don't. Now, the Diablo Immortal channel does okay. If we take a quick look here, I want to share with you this graph. This is Google Trends. Google Trends is something that we can look at, and often content creators will look at these things to say, how is this game doing? Or is this something I want to cover? And if I go to let's go to a past 5 years, you'll see Diablo Immortal at its peak, and then look at the drop off. Now, a lot of games do this, and in this, I'm comparing it to Rise of Kingdoms. So if we go to the past 12 months, it's more popular than Rise of Kingdoms. I have a friend of mine who does very well, covers Rise of Kingdoms, and is, doing well with the game. Diablo Immortal seems to be more popular than that. And it does have its ups and downs, and as you can see, back in May, June, it was having an up, probably some good update. I forget what was happening at that time, but then it's been a steady decline. These steady declines, and these peaks as well, they directly impact what's happening on my channel regarding viewership. The more viewership I have, the more money the channel makes, because ads are being served to people. And at this point in time, that is the only way that this channel makes money, is through advertisements from Google on YouTube. But I want to add a game into here. Clash of Clans, which has been around for 10 years. And I want to compare here. I want to see what these lines look like when I throw in Clash of Clans, a pretty popular mobile game from Supercell. And check this out. Look at how infantile both Rise of Kingdoms and Diablo Immortal are. Diablo Immortal's in the blue. Clash of Clans, a 10-year-old game. This is should be the downfall of this game, yet they're still getting peaks for different updates that come to the game. It was just something that I wanted to share to show you that, yes, maybe I'm one of the small handful of creators that covers Diablo Immortal, and it's a great opportunity because of the relationships that I have. But as we can see from those charts, there's just not a ton of upside to the game. I don't see Diablo Immortal suddenly having a boom to go skyrocket up. So something I need to think of in all of this thought process that I'm having is, will the game ever boom, and will the channel ever take off? Or will it continuously be a channel that is going to get, you know, I don't know, X amount of dollars per month, slowly declining as time goes, 1,000 subscribers per month? Is it like, that's the grind that we're on right now? It's a very slow churning grind. Now, there's a lot of things that I need to consider. One, I really love action RPGs, specifically action RPGs. It's a genre that I've come really accustomed to over the last couple of years, and it's something that I really enjoy playing. The game that was being offered to me, or the game that was offering to essentially buy the channel, was not an action RPG. It was more of a strategy game, and quite a good strategy game at that. It was not just some trash game. It was a good game, but off genre for me. If Path of Exile Mobile were to release, and Path of Exile Mobile were to reach out to me and give me the same offer, the decision would probably be less difficult, if I'm being honest here. Because it's in genre, it's from a solid developer, and the game is most likely going to be quite good. If we take a game like Undecember is on PC and it's on mobile, it's actually quite a good action RPG. If the opportunity were presented to me from them, and they were offering me a long-term opportunity that I thought had some security to it, it's in genre, it's a game that I think is good, it would be a fairly easy decision for me to make, because it would be a game that I would still enjoy, but more importantly than that, it would be a game that you guys, the community, could potentially join with me on and probably enjoy as well. So that's something that we need to also consider, the game that I'm being presented with. But something else as a content creator I need to think about is the channel itself. I have my old channel from 2016. It's 8 years old. It's called Echo Gaming. And that channel covered Clash of Clans and Rise of Kingdoms actually in the past. And since then, I've just started focusing on general mobile gaming, sharing with people different mobile games and free-to-play games on PC. And I have a very diverse audience. You got people there for Clash of Clans, people there for Rise of Kingdoms, people there for top 10s, and people that have subscribed for many different reasons. So it's really stunted the channel, and it's not allowing the channel to excel or boom in any direction because the community is so split. I don't want to do that here. Let's say I started covering Diablo Immortal, well, I do cover it, and Diablo 4. Just those two games. I would have two separate audiences here, and they would not be interested in the same thing, which would essentially, when I put out a Diablo Immortal video, that video would be stunted by the Diablo 4 community because they don't want to watch it. And if I put out a Diablo 4 video, the Diablo Immortal community would stunt it because they don't care about the Diablo 4. So it's not a good thing to have multiple pieces of content like that typically on a channel. A little YouTube knowledge for you. Of course it can work, but typically for most it doesn't work that way. But more importantly than that, I built a community here that's really revolving around Diablo Immortal. Now, I met with Red October yesterday and we recorded a video. It was supposed to go live today. Unfortunately, that video was not ready. It's still out in editing. So it will be going live tomorrow. It's one that you're not going to want to miss. But in that video, we also mentioned community. And that's a huge part of this game. Being able to participate with community in different events, building up people that are all there for the same reason with the love of the same game. That's how I feel about you guys here in the community as well. Now, obviously, there's some of you in the community that are here for other reasons. Maybe you just want to be up to date on news, or maybe you just want to say, come in with the comment, Echo's only making these videos because he's getting paid by Blizzard, which is actually completely false, because I am not. So I guess I'll just get to it. Community is important, and I don't want to let anyone down. In a nutshell, I've decided to not take the sponsorship opportunity. I decided to not cover this other title because I want to preserve what we've done here for Diablo Immortal. With that being said, if a game that I felt was much more similar to Diablo Immortal, that was in genre, I think Path of Exile 2, or Path of Exile, more specifically mobile, is probably the best example I could give here. And I'm not saying that I have communication with them at this point in time at all, but if they were to come to me and I were to try their game, the way that I tried Diablo Immortal 4 years ago, 2019, 5 years ago at BlizzCon, if I were to have an opportunity to do that and I tried their game and said, wow, this is good, I could see myself playing this, and an opportunity like that were on the table, I would take the opportunity and I would stop playing Diablo Immortal to do something that added some security to my life. Now, of course, not everything is a opportunity where you have to halt what you're doing and do this instead. A lot of times there are companies that will say, oh, can you cover our game? We want 8 videos per month and we'll pay you this amount of money. You can still do your other stuff as well. That would be ideal, right? Then I could continue to play Diablo Immortal and play a sponsored title as well. But I brought up this situation because this was the one that was actually on the table. I would have been making, for context, 2 to close to 3 times the amount monthly monthly based off of the sponsorship monies that I'm making right now covering Diablo Immortal from the advertisement money on YouTube. Now keep in mind that YouTube revenue doesn't go away. So if I could maintain the YouTube revenue, then I would probably be making 4 times what I was making now from this channel. Good thing, I love the people over at Blizzard. I love the community we've built here. And at the end of the day, I really do love Diablo Immortal. But I wanted to be kind of transparent with you guys. We've built a great community here, and it's important that everyone knows that when I share my thoughts on any channel for any game, whether it's sponsored or not, this right here, I'm always sharing my true feelings about it. I'm a positive dude, and I'm going to have a positive spin on most things, even when things aren't that great, like the update we just got. That's in yesterday's review. I'll always try and be positive, and it's not because I'm being paid, because Blizzard does not pay me for my content, unfortunately. Hope you guys understand. Hope you're excited and happy to continuously get Diablo Immortal content here. And I'll continue to explore other games as they come out as well. And you never know when there's a diamond in the rough that I'm going to enjoy that you guys may enjoy as well. Hope you have a great day, guys. And tomorrow, Red October and I get together for a video as long as it gets delivered. Take care.